All right, folks, we are gonna go and get the 52 out of the shop and bring it up here and let it thaw out in the nice heated garage. We've got the two back doors pretty much prepped and ready for primer. I just wanna make sure I don't have any other additional body work to do on the front or rear lines of the doors, since of course those have been off for the repair process so far. And I did go ahead and I've been looking for this original paint. And the two paint codes I found, the 468, which was on the plate on the vehicle, is nowhere matched to this. It's kind of a metallic olive drab green. And looked through some other paint codes for 52 Chevy, and I found paint code 477, which is a twilight blue and is supposed to be really close. Let me show you here. It's supposed to be really close to the actual color of this. But when I got it and sprayed it on, it's like a robin's egg blue. That is nowhere near this color, even once you get past the scuffing. And there we go, that's a closer blend of the color, but hey, nowhere near, which brings me down the rabbit hole of, do I want to keep looking for the right paint code? I'm finding it on websites. And when I'm having it mixed up for that paint code, the wrong thing is coming. So I'm thinking I may take a little bit of a change of direction and take this color, spray it out on my test panel, and see how it looks with the base and the clear, and possibly, using the BMW as an example here, do two-tone. So everything below here would be the blue, and then all the pillars and the roof would be white, gloss white. Because if you remember, I've got chrome trim around the front, chrome trim going around the back window here. So really there'd be a great break to do that two-tone color. So I'm kind of thinking of doing that. Leave your comments below on your thoughts. If I should keep wasting money, 30 bucks at a time for a paint sample, or just change things up a little bit and go with this brighter color. Now, we haven't done anything to the interior yet, of course, so upholstery doesn't really matter. Headliner doesn't really matter. It's very close. It's kind of a light pastel blue, which I think would still go well with this. Or you could do a white headliner. The only big thing would be the dash is this darker color blue. So if I do that, I may have to pull out the dash and go down that road, which I hadn't planned on doing because that was pretty much perfect, but we'll see. But for right now, let's get back to the task at hand, and let's kick the red car out of the garage. And we'll go ahead and bring up the 52. Alrighty, well, we are back here again. We've got the 52 in here, kind of cleaned up the garage a little bit, and got the tiny human helping me out, blowing bubbles, making a mess. So our goal is we're going to try and get the door on the car and see how things line up. And luckily I've got my handy dandy helper here, as I doubt the tiny human's going to hold up the door for me. So let's see if we can set it on the stool here and try and get it on the car. Alrighty, so we've got the door on here now. I've just put on 2 screws in each hinge just because it's coming off again anyways, but we'll see how well this lines up. This thing here is a big pain in my butt. I already know my gap is going to be off because the hinges aren't tight, of course, but fitting back up where it goes. It's going to at least show me that right here really is the only spot I've got to work with that's problematic. So really our main area is this little spot right here. And running my hand back and forth, I don't feel any real issue with this crease right here. So as I was saying, right down here was the only place I was worried about on this door. And this little crease here does not go up and actually cause a bend here or anything. It's just a little bit of a divot. So if I get this trim piece off and work on this dent and just make this body line smooth out, I'm not going to have any problems with any gaps or ridges other than my Bondo here. But this is still going to mesh up really nicely. And again, we've got all of our trim that goes on down here, so I'm not worried about anything here. Of course, the front, because the hinges are not aligned, is sticking out. But once I get that tightened up where it should be, those line up nicely. And you can see I've got a little ding in here to go over. So pound him in a little bit, and then everything should mesh nicely here. Looks like maybe this panel is pulled out a hair, but again, I've got stuff in the way. It's not adjusted properly, so we are just going to roll with this and pull the door back off. And that'll allow us to move over to this spot right here and start working on that. So we're going to go ahead and get the other door lined up on the passenger side and see how it fits. All right, let's try the passenger door here. All right, well, I got a few screws in here. Let's see if we're anywhere close to being back where we should be. Well, close. Of course, we're nowhere near adjusted, but again, if you look here, we don't have anything in the way for body line. This is a little sunk in. So we're going to have to pull this out a hair, but overall it is pretty good, and I think between a little bit of finessing here and getting the door adjusted properly, it's going to fit right. Especially up here, it looks really good. Of course, you know, these gaps, they'll close a little bit with adjustment, but overall it's it's pretty good. We're not dealing with any big significant damage. So the only thing I've got to deal with here is this hole here, and down in here there is some rust that I have to work with. So for up here, I think, well, this is our only little area to play with. So you gonna go inside? Oh, wait, bye-bye? Bye-bye. Okay. And the little helper going back indoors. So, as I said, we'll knock this in a little bit. Maybe pull this out a hair. I can't tell. Maybe it took a hit here. So I'll get this piece of trim off, and that'll probably help us a little more figure out what's going on. if we've got to pull or push. But otherwise, everything else here, like I said, is fitting up nice. There was no real other issue up here to work with. You know, it's a 70-some-year-old car, right? Yeah. So the big parts, the big dents are out. That's the important part. So I'm just going to kind of start on the rest of it now and work my way around. I think get off the rest of this trim. And one question for y'all. We did get another sample of paint in. This was supposed to be Twilight Blue, paint code 477. And this is more like a duck egg blue. Now, there's only one light coat on there, you know, sure, but it's not really going to darken up any. If anything, it'll get a little lighter once we cover up the original blue color. So my thought, as I was explaining earlier with the red car, do I do the whole car in this lighter blue color and then do the roof a nice white and go with a two-tone? Of course, we'd end up redoing the wheels and get the big white wall tires on there, appropriate for the vehicle and everything. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm kind of done spending $30 on a sample of paint to keep having the wrong color come back. So if we look over here, here's the Twilight Blue that it should have been. And on you, it may look a little more washed out. But this was the actual paint code for the car, which is that dusk gray. And if we look over on my test panel, this is nowhere near the same color. Nowhere near the same color. Even if you're looking at areas where I've taken off trim, you know, it's closer, but it's still nowhere near that same color. And of course, neither is that. So, what are your thoughts on doing the two-tone with the white on the roof and that lighter kind of duck eggy colored blue or robin's egg blue for the rest of it? Let me know in the comments below if you're thinking the white color or the blue color would look better. And then when we come back in the next episode, we'll be working on these dents, as I said, these couple spots of filler, get those knocked down and whatnot. So again, thank you for watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And that brings me to another point. Only about 20% of you have actually subscribed to the channel. So eventually, we're running on Checkbook and Unicorn Farts right now, and that'll run out very shortly. So please hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell, make sure you get notified when we get new posts coming out, and be sure to share this on your Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're social. Go ahead and share this content so we can get more folks attracted to our channel. So otherwise, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.